Well, it's a very tall horn with sort of wings at the top, so it's very Celtic. So I suppose if you look watching Asterix the Gaul, you might get an idea what it looks like. It looks the part.
I never knew what a Celtic War Horn was until I saw the story that Dave Owens from Nation Cymru wrote a couple of summers ago. It was at a festival, somebody took the shots on their phones, and doing a bit of research found out that it was an instrument or some sort of part of Celtic warfare.
And if you were a Romans legionnaire wandering through the middle of Wales and some bloke's got a war horn with him, you think, what else did they got?
When the Celts used to defend themselves in the villages or in the areas that they lived, they could hide in the trees and put out this noise, then they would intimidate and frighten the invaders, really. So the idea was to turn that into something that we could use as a Celtic nation at our games to scare off the invading hordes, I guess. My
role in this escapade was the fact that, I picked up on social media that Dave Owens at Nation Cymru had picked up about Celtic Horn being used in Celtic Music Festival, and then bounced it on then to Dave Driscoll, who does our stuff with Arena, does our pre-match event, the bands, the anthem. Is it practical? The first idea was to find somebody to make it, which we did in Belgium, and then reaching out to the guy and telling him we want to make this for an international football match. Next port of call is as I go meet the players. It wasn't a long conversation. It was like, as I said, the trust is there to go, let's go off and do it. I think the frustration is that we didn't have it straight away. It took a while to come through to us. Because of Brexit, and it called it Celtic War Horn, getting it made was an achievement, but actually getting it back into the UK was even harder. But I guess it just landed at the right time for Craig's arrival. It's another thing that we can use to bring the fans together and our heritage together. Then we put the Celtic Horn on the pitch with Howell from the Barry Horns. To be fair, he was part of the idea because he was one of the ones on the social media saying this is something we could do. So we've delivered it to him, and he's got to do it then in front of 30,000 people.
I have been playing it since about October last year, so just a few months now, which, coming from a background of playing the trumpet, is kind of a tough transition, but it's been really fun learning. So I made a debut at the Iceland game, where we had one of our most fun and comfortable wins in a long time.
The first time I think I was just too nervous. Was it going to work? Because ultimately it's got to work in the context of a stadium.
I'd say probably nothing in my life had really prepared me for that moment. It felt huge. It's a big crowd here, international TV.
But then we used it for the women's game afterwards. All of a sudden I think, oh, this is interesting now.
I think that we always seem to play better in those summer months, and when we've got the sun just disappearing over the edges of the stadium, it's nice and warm, this thing will blow everyone away.
So we want teams to come to us, for them to realise that this is our heritage, this is who we are. It's a cultural journey, really.